Hey guys, how are you this afternoon? I hope you can see me. I'm sitting out on the back porch and I didn't realize it was as shady as it was. I'm kind of cut off in here and I'm sorry for that. But I was working away and I decided it was time to get out and get into some sun instead of sitting in the house all day in the dark. And there's fresh air out here, whereas I was cold in the air conditioning inside. Guess I shouldn't complain because it's been so cold outside, and now at least today it's really pretty out here. Um, I am Nancy Becker, and I am the Chief Flying Pig Wrangler for Business Success Unlimited, and we're here to help you as small business owners attract more clients and get more money fast. And how do you do that? There's so many voices buzzing around and people out there saying, buy from me, buy from me. I have the best program in the world. And, if you just follow what I tell you, you're going to have no problems at all. And I kind of wonder about that because one person says, do it this way, another person says do it that way, and if you're like me, you've tried a lot of them, and maybe some of them have worked and maybe they haven't. And I think it's important for each one of us to know and understand what we ourselves resonate with, the types of people that resonate with us, and the ways in which we like to work and how we want to work with other people. And before we do that, we really need to understand ourselves. I think part of it is, I know I'm sitting here thinking about my history and the things that I've done, and I can remember when I was a little girl, I would set up a store and I had the cash register and the little grocery cart, and I ran a grocery store. And then it went from that to being a teacher and teaching, and it's still kind of sort of in that whole same similar vein where I'm selling things and I'm teaching people. But it wasn't until I really sat down and said, what is it that you want to do, that I figured out what it is I wanted to do. And I wish I'd done it a long time ago, because I've spent tons of time and tons of money on going to school and getting a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and a doctoral degree. And while I use them every day, I don't use them in the way they were meant to, because I realized along the road somewhere that that wasn't what I wanted to do. And now, many years later, I have figured out exactly who I am and what I want to do with whatever life I have left. And I think that's so important for us all to do. And I have a little exercise that I would like for you all to do. And in fact, if you're interested, I have a form that I'd be happy to send you. If you give me your email address, I'll be happy to send you a copy of my 5-year plan form that helps you think about what it is you want to do. But if you just want to do it without the guidance of the form to go along with it, I'll tell you how to do it. You ready? Find a place that's comfortable. Like out here on my porch, where I've got birds flying around and beautiful green grass and flowers growing, and I can hear lawnmowers going in the background. And that to me is peaceful. And I've shut off the TV. I don't have the radio on. I've just got quiet. And I can get comfortable on my couch here with my pillows behind me. And I can close my eyes. I take a deep breath, and I just kind of sink into myself and start to picture myself 5 years from now. Where am I? What does my life look like? What am I doing? Who am I doing it with? Where do I live? What do I eat? You know, how am I making my life of value? And I write that down. I just kind of mind dump, and I write all of these things down as I'm feeling them and picturing them in my mind. And after I'm done with that, I sit back again and stretch my neck and my shoulders and take another deep breath. And I open my eyes. As I've been writing, my eyes have been open and closed, but I've been picturing things in my mind. But when I'm done, I just kind of shake it all off again, and I read what I've written. And for me, a really big piece of that was very interesting. Up until a few years ago, I published a business magazine. And it was quite a successful magazine. It was in bookstores in several states, and I had people buying it and wanting it every month and running ads and just all of that kind of stuff. And it was a really big deal. But I was tired, and it was hard to do all of the work by myself. And I just had been questioning what I wanted to do moving forward with the magazine. And when I read everything that I had written down, I realized there was not one word in that entire picture I had painted of me working on a magazine. That told me that it was time to stop, and that I should no longer put a lot of energy into the magazine. Yet on the other hand, it had me really digging deep into my mega programs and my mastermind programs and doing my training programs online. And so I decided that's where I was going to turn my attention, because that's where I saw myself moving. It's kind of like the law of attraction, and building the baseball field, and if you build it, they will come. When you realize what you really want to do for yourself, you put that energy out into the world, and it gives you the ability to start the roadmap for where you want to go. And with that roadmap, you begin at the beginning, and you have a direction. If you say, I'm going from New York to California, okay, that's great. How are you going to get there? How much money do you need to take with you? What roads do you take? Where are you going to stop? Are you going to drive straight through? How many days is it going to take? Are you going to take all your food with you and eat out of tin cans, or are you going to stop along the line and eat at all the fast food restaurants, all there is? You would not take a trip of any import without having it mapped out in some way or another, knowing how you're going to go. Why should your business be any different than that? You need to know where you're going to go with your business so that you can get there. One of my favorite sayings of all time, and I was crushed the other day to realize I had always thought it was from The Wizard of Oz. But I was watching The Wizard of Oz on TV the other night. I love that show. And that's not exactly what they said in that movie. I found out that the quote I'm going to tell you in a minute is actually from Alice in Wonderland. And the quote is, if you don't know where you're going, anywhere will take you there. How true is that? That is absolutely a perfect quote for life in general and for our businesses. If we don't know what we want for our business, how can we expect anybody else to know it? If we don't know how much money we're going to have in the bank by the end of the year, how can we plan on what we're going to do to run the business for the year? You know, if we don't know who our target market is anybody a good candidate? If you live at the North Pole, selling refrigerators is probably not going to be as important an item to sell as maybe furnaces or heaters. You know, you need to know what it is that the people want and how they want it. When you know what it is they want and you know what you want, then you can work together and have a synergistic, you know, life together where you can work together and you both get what you want from it. You, a client, and with a client, hopefully, comes money. So you have to figure those things out first. And as I said, send me an email, you know, give me your email, and I will send you a copy of my 5-year plan so that you can write it all down and have it in front of you. Because it has been proven repeatedly by those wonderful scientists out there that when you write something down, when you speak it out loud, when you tell another person about it, it actually cements it into your brain and into your synapses and nervous system and everything that goes on inside you. And it makes it more real. It allows it to become real, not just a thought, not just a passing glance. It makes it something that says, yes, this can happen. I can do this. And if you do that, and if you write it down, I have bulletin boards. I have whiteboards in my office that I stick this stuff up on. And I look at it on a regular basis. And that allows me to, over and over again, think about this and say, am I going in the right direction, or did I take a detour someplace? You know, if I've taken a detour, does this make sense? And am I still going to get where I want to go, or do I have to figure out what I need to do to get back on the road I was on to get where I'm going? Am I going to land up in the middle of the lake, or am I going to keep on the road and get to California? You know, but you need to know these things and you need to think about them. You can't just at some point say, yeah, that's what I want to do, and never think about it again. It just doesn't work that way. So guys, for today, that's my thoughts. I hope you'll take the time to really sit down and figure out what it is you want to do. And if you've done it and you've been doing this for a while, it doesn't hurt to redo the exercise and see if you're still on the right path, or if you need to be changing things up a little bit and doing things differently than you've been doing. Are you still happy and satisfied with the direction you're going, or do you no longer want to go to California, but you may want to go to Florida? And if that's the case, you're going to have to turn around and go a whole different direction. But if you don't stop and think about it, wherever you wind up, that's where you wind up, and you have nobody to complain to. With that, guys, I will talk to you again soon. Y'all take care. Have a productive day and soar higher. Take care, y'all, and bye-bye.